I really wanted to just stay here for the rest of the trip because it's so nice. But we have got some very exciting parts of the trip planned. We've only got a few days left, but we're definitely going to be ending it on a high.
We are just preparing some lunch and we need to go get some bread, so Mohammed and I are going to go to the local shop to find some bread.
Hey everyone, we're Hannah and Jonny. For the past 3 years, we've been exploring in our self-built camper van. After loving life on the road, we realised it was time to find a place that feels like home, a perfect base for our adventures. With new adventures on the horizon, we're excited to see where this next chapter takes us. Join us each week as we continue to find new adventures.
Good morning everybody. We've had a lovely peaceful night's sleep here at the lodge overlooking the mountains. Once again, the view here is incredible this morning, and we've just had a really nice shower with the view with the big glass window, which has been amazing. And we're just getting ready to head up to breakfast now, and I want to show you a little bit more of the lodge and the views from upstairs because the whole place is built around this incredible view.
So we've just come upstairs and the restaurant is just inside here, and then there's this large balcony area where there's lots of seating and it's got amazing views. You can see the hotel from either side and yeah, it's just breathtaking. So we're actually leaving here this morning, but I was saying to Jonny yesterday that I really wanted to just stay here for the rest of the trip because it's so nice. But we have got some very exciting parts of the trip planned. We've only got a few days left, but we're definitely going to be ending it on a high. So I'll show you a little bit about what's available for breakfast. So I think it's mango or orange juice, and then we've been having hibiscus juice, which is really nice and it's very refreshing. And it's a beautiful, deep red colour. So for breakfast, we've got some breads, we've got olive oil, tahinis, we've got jams, we've got pickled vegetables, molasses, za'atar. We've also got some yogurt, cheese, butter, hummus, cucumber. This is za'atar, which is really sweet and very tasty. We've also got some zucchini, pickled vegetables, some broad beans and some tomato sauces with garlic, which is really, really nice. Oh. And boiled eggs. So we've just stopped off at a beautiful viewpoint, and it's a little bit hazy today, but we can still see for a long way. And this just behind me here is Wadi Araba, and it is beautiful scenery. There's also Little Petra, which is just down here, and then Petra is just a little bit further beyond that. We're actually going to be staying in Little Petra, and that's where we're going to be heading to next. And one of the highest points in Petra is just beyond Little Petra, and it's actually where Aaron is buried, right at the top of that hill, and he was the brother of Moses. So we've just stopped off to see how the Nabateans would collect water, and they used to use the natural formations in the rock. So there's actually cracks that go across the rock, and they would use that so that they could channel the water. So there's big kind of Z shapes up in the rock, and then when it came further down, they just started to create their own channel right at the bottom of the rock so they could collect water. We're just inside now where the water is stored, and it's really big. It's much bigger than I thought it'd be. You can walk all the way down to the bottom here, and you can actually see on the edges of the walls where they actually chiseled to create the reservoir. And so they actually added like a cement on top of the sandstone so that the water wouldn't just fill up through the sandstone, because it's like sandstone is very porous, so it holds the water. But yeah, I think it's like you can see the sun there and see actually how deep it is. But yeah, it's very echoey in here, but it's amazing to see.
We've just made it to Little Petra, and so far it's absolutely incredible. The rocks are just rising out of the desert, which makes it a magical place. And you can see behind me here, there's one of the carvings in the rocks.
So this area was actually listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985, and there were people actually living in the area, but there was another village built for them just outside of Little Petra now, so nobody actually lives here on this site. But we've just been exploring some of the caves, and there's some really beautiful intricate like facades that we've just walked past as well. So yeah, it's very quiet here, like you can't hear really anything other than the sound of birds. So we're just going through one of the canyons now, and it's called al-Barid, and it actually translates to, Sikh means canyon and Barid means cold, so apparently it's known for like having a nice cold breeze, so we're looking forward to going in there now. So we've just walked in through the canyon and we've come to one of the larger facades. There's a few like reservoirs around it as well, but it's so beautiful. There's a few like steps going up either side, and there's like these flower bushes here called oleander. They're like beautiful bright pink colour, and yeah, it's so beautiful here.
As Hannah said, until 1985 all of these caves behind us and around us were inhabited. And it's crazy to think that people would have been living here. And you can see on the ceilings, I'll show you now, just up here, all of this black stuff is where they were having fires in the caves, in the homes, and it's left like a big thick layer of tar on the ceilings. We've just made it to this viewpoint high above Little Petra. It's absolutely beautiful here, and we're going to rest for a few minutes, and then I think we're going to start heading back down to the vehicle. We've just arrived at the Ammarin Bedouin Camp where we're going to be staying for the night. As you can see around me, there's lots of different tents for people to stay in, and this one over here behind me is ours, where Hannah is. We're just unloading the bags from the 4x4 now, and we're going to get ourselves set up.
So we've just come to a spot that's like right in between the rocks, and it's really shaded, and they've got a whole net all over it so that no flies can get in here, which is really nice. So I think we're going to just spend a bit of time just chilling in here.
It's incredibly hot right now, so it's just not worth it being out in the sun, and as Hannah said, we're just going to chill in here for the afternoon, wait for the sun to get a little bit cooler, and then we'll show you the rest of the camp. We are just preparing some lunch, and we need to go get some bread. So Mohammed and I are going to go to the local shop to find some bread, and then we're going to come back and make some lunch and get back into the netted area so it's nice and cool. Salam. We've managed to find bread and green peppers, but we also need to find some lemons, so we're going to go find a supermarket to go get the last of our supplies. Okay, success. We have managed to find lemons and big green peppers, so we're going to head back to the camp now and we're going to make some lunch. So Hannah and Mohammed have been opening tuna as part of our lunch, and tuna must be an international thing for cats because our cats back home love tuna, and we now have a crowd of 4 or 5 cats trying to get into the tent to get the tuna.
So our lunch is ready and we've got a selection of food. We've got hummus, we've got like a salad with tuna and olives and beans and sweet corn, and then we've got like a hot dish that's got like all sorts of different spices, tomato and beans. And we got some bread. Oh yeah, Jonny and Mohammed went to get bread like a million miles away, so it's going to be very good.
The bread is soft, which means it's nice and fresh, and it hasn't gone crispy yet, so it's the best time to eat it now.
So we're staying in the Ammarin Camp, and it's the only camp within the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and and it's actually run by the Bedouins, so everything here, all the money that if you book here goes towards them, and it's run by their families. And we're actually staying in one of these tonight, so should we quickly show them inside? So we've already made a bit of a mess, but we've got single beds, and it was really hot in here earlier, but now the sun's just started to set. It's feeling way cooler. So yeah, and there's also like communal shower and bathroom area, and I think tonight we might be having dinner outside because it is quite warm. But yeah, it's very remote here, completely surrounded by rocks, and it's very nice and quiet.
We've just driven up into the mountains to come and watch the sunset. It's absolutely beautiful up here. There's a nice warm breeze. It's a little bit cooler than it was earlier, and we're just surrounded by all of these incredible mountains. We've just driven past a group of shepherds herding their goats and bringing them into the pens at night, and it's just an incredible view up here, and we're just going to make the most of the time we got up to here this evening.
So dinner has arrived. We've just come back to the camp and we've got a feast. So we've got maglube, which is actually what we did at the cooking class, and we've got rice, cauliflower, chicken and eggplant, and then there's also some green beans, we've got olives, we've got some local bread which smells amazing, and we've also got some salad, yogurt, and we're going to dig in. So we've just come this evening to Jordan River for some wine tasting. We've just started off with a lovely white wine, and it's very good. We're actually trying their limited edition this evening, and this tastes amazing.
And yeah, this has been in a barrel for 9 months.
So nice.
9 months.
That's very good.
We've just got back to the Ammarin Bedouin Camp, and we've had such an amazing day, especially experiencing a little bit more of the Bedouin lifestyle here in Jordan, which has been incredible. We've had lots of good conversations, just chilling, enjoying the shade and the cooler weather in the rocky netted area over there away from the flies and the sun, which has been really nice. And we've also really enjoyed our evening watching the sunset and the wine tasting, and now we're very much ready for bed, so we'll see you guys in the morning for the next episode.